you're crying, I know why you're blue. Someone took your kitty car away. Better go to sleep now, little man, you've had a busy day.
This is a short story, First Calvary by Robert Knightley. The little girl is playing there by herself. She's off in a corner of the yard by the alleyway where the girls come out of the Good Shepherd School at 3 o'clock when the bell rings and walk through to the street. But it's already late, getting dark. Time for all little kids to be home with their mothers. Nobody can see her there in the alley, he knows, because he's been watching her a while from behind the iron picket fence. She doesn't see him, nobody sees him. For about the 100th time, she takes her baby out of the carriage, fixes its clothes, talks to it, and puts it down again. He's on the move now, out from behind the fence, walking quick on stubby legs down the alley. She can't see him coming. She's got her head in the carriage again. "Be good now, baby," he hears her say just as he reaches her, and she straightens up and sees him. "Oh!" she cries. He pushes her hard, and she flops down like a doll on her behind. He's down the alley, out the gate, onto Greenpoint Avenue, almost before she starts bawling. He crosses the avenue, pushing the carriage in front of him fast as he can, along the high stone wall between himself and the dead people buried in First Calvary Cemetery. He dares not look left for fear of the stone saints high up on their pedestals, standing watch over the graves, even though he knows they can't see him because their backs are turned to the street. He knows why this is so, because his Nan has told him. Saints give fuck all for the likes of the shanty Irish, Nan says. As he rolls across Bradley Avenue, he sneaks a look across the street at the front door of the Cork Lounge, where Nan takes him and Mitzi, her dog, on Saturday afternoons after the stores, for a growler of Schaefer to go. The carriage is big as him, but he can push it all right. He hurdles past the people sitting on the front stoops of their houses. There, like always, the mothers hanging out the windows in their parlors, resting big folded arms on windowsills all up and down the block, watching. He knows this, so he keeps his head down behind the carriage, pushing it up the block fast as he can. Up and on his toes, leaning into it like the football boys he's seen practicing in the vacant lot off Review Avenue alongside the Newtown Creek. Still, he feels their eyes on him, watching always. He trips, hits the pavement on hands and knees. The carriage rolls forward on its own, already 2 sidewalks ahead. But he's up and after it. Tears stinging his eyes, he grabs hold of the handlebars, just missing the cars parked at the curb. He rights the ship and sails on up the sidewalk. His hands are dirty, right knee scraped where his overalls ripped. They'll ask about that, he knows. He'll say, "I fell. It don't hurt." At the corner, he wheels around onto Star Avenue. For the only time he can ever remember, there's nobody on his stoop. Home free. He backs up the stoop, dragging the carriage by its handlebars up the 4 stone steps and into the vestibule of his tenement home. Then down the long carpeted hallway to the door under the stairs leading to the basement, and parks it there in the dark. No one sees him reach into the carriage, taking the doll in its frilly dress into his arms. "Be good now, baby," he cautions, then lays it back down, covering it, head and all, with the pink blanket. He climbs the 4 flights of stairs, holding tight to the wooden banister, worn smooth by generations of hands, all the way to the top floor apartment where he lives with his Nan and Aunt May. Nan's his grandmother and Aunt May's mother, and his father's mother. He knows this because they told him so, and his home will always be with him as long as he's a good boy, and his mother drinks and his father's a whoremaster. He does not remember his mother because she dropped him off when he was 8 months and didn't come back. Nan keeps house and Aunt May goes to work at the phone company. Aunt May is the boss of all of them, Nan says. There's an old fox terrier dog lives with them. It's Nan's dog. It won't let him walk it. He reaches up for the doorknob and goes inside. "Bobby," Aunt May calls from the parlor. He goes in. She's in her housecoat, sitting in the arthritis chair by the window. Nan calls it that because Aunt May has that and sits in it all the time. He sees the open window with the pillow resting on the sill, the sheer curtain wafting in and out on the summer breeze, before dropping his eyes to the little fox terrier sitting alongside Aunt May's chair, studying him as if also waiting for him to account. "I found it," he says, staring at the dog who stares back, weighing his words with angry, beady eyes. Then, curling its upper lip to show fangs, growls deep down in its little chest. "Where did you find it?" Aunt May inquires, quietly, not unkindly. "In the schoolyard." "Really?" "She gave it to me." Aunt May makes him push it all the way back. As he runs the gauntlet of staring neighbors, he again keeps his head down, eyes to the pavement. The little girl is still there, bawling, with her mother and a bunch of little girls who are bawling too. He has no idea why. When the little girl sees him, she stops, runs to the carriage, snaps up her doll and hugs it. But when Aunt May holds him by the scruff of the neck in front of the little girl, she just starts bawling again. Staked out by bloodthirsty hostiles, his face burns under their pitiless stares. In sight of the stone saints across the street, giving him the ass, he prays with all his might that all the windows in all the houses on every block be nailed shut.
Time to stop your scheming, time your day was through. Can't you hear the bugles softly say? Time you should be dreaming, little man, you've had a busy day.